So, Matthew, Super Shay, Ground Pounder, Zachary, what's up? Who's in above Zach? Kellen, what's up? Well, so all right. I know when I make the videos that there's repercussions. Oh, dude, I'm sorry. Now you gotta deal with him all the time. But, when I make these videos, Matthias, what's going on? And not even so much these, but the specific videos, when I make them on someone and review their video, I know there's repercussions. I know someone's gonna get offended at times. So I made Buckins, and I think he finally seen it. And then, well, let's say I struck a nerve, I believe. I believe he was very angry. But the character doesn't allow the emotion that he wants to show. So he does the typical trash on somebody, but not say their name. So the repercussions aren't really there. So we're going to get into that. Personally, I feel like he spent at least 20 minutes in his video speaking directly to me. But the way you can get out of that is to be kind of shady and say, well, not say the name. Not say the person's name, because if you don't say the name, you don't ever have to commit to the complaint, you know? What's up, Isaac? So I don't know how I want to do this. I should probably just go straight into it. Instead of trying to, yeah, I'm not doing the typical YouTube thing to try to keep you here and then do it. So I'm going to start with it. But every one of these videos has to start with like a segment. I don't have a name yet other than WTF, I'm embarrassed. So that's what we're going to call it for now. And this is just my, I would say it's my overall opinion on what I see for the week. Like an overview. What up, Greg? So I can't do it anymore. Like, the YouTube videos are just crazy. I don't have TikTok brain. So I can't do it. Like, it don't make sense to me. A lot of the shorts, like close-ups of the rope to show the colors pretty. I don't know. Like, it's just, I'm embarrassed. Or it's, my chainsaw makes sawdust. Well, they all do. So, a slow-mo video of the chainsaw making, just, I can't at times. I called that Ringo Starr, but never got him. I sure was hoping to. Yeah, that dude, I stay away from him. I'm afraid talking to him, something will rub off on me and I'll be wearing like a bandana tied around my neck or something. That guy's different. There's multiple times he's wore it. There's multiple times, I'm dead serious. Probably 10 different times where I've randomly clicked on his video and him and my wife had the same outfit on. Tell me how that works. That's crazy. I mean, that's not right. What's up, Dan? So, yeah, like TikTok brain plus hands plus rope equals goofy ass knot video. I can't do it. I can't watch anybody tie no more knots. I can't watch nobody just make sawdust. I can't watch. Last week, I don't even know if I said it. My favorite video from last week, this legit was my favorite too, was Greg's video where he was walking behind his grandson, I believe, and told him that he was carrying the saw one hand, and Greg's like, you ain't supposed to one hand that saw. And he grabbed it with two all of a sudden. But that was the funniest, like, best video for the week for me. That was probably my favorite. And I'm like, it's to the point. I said I'm not posting any more videos. All my edited videos are on my memberships. That's where they'll stay. For the people that support the channel fully, I will continue, and I feel like I'm putting my best videos that I've ever done up. So, but this week everybody's got 20 years experience and work like they're a complete rookie. It's hard to I just don't relate anymore. It's too zesty. All right? I don't like these zesty ass pictures everybody's got to take or videos. Like, don't post a picture where you do a little sawdust in your facial hair and pose real zesty on a tree or stuff. I don't like that. I don't want to see that. And I think you should. This is forever. Don't post that stuff. That stuff's weird. You confuse people. And then I figured it out finally. Like, I finally figured it out. I have this issue. I try to keep up with some comments. Dude, it's way too zesty. 100%. I know why crane work like a crane work has legit. It's took where a video for tree work was interesting. How is this guy gonna rig this down? How's he gonna set it up? How's he gonna make it work? Is he gonna rig big, small? Cranes got involved, and it turned. I I know I don't think I've seen anybody do it yet, but it turned everything into like Sesame Street, where the count is like pick one. Oh. That's all I see when I watch a crane video. Cut one, and they make a cut, and then the clip to cut two. So like, it turned it into a counting game, which I don't like. And plus, it took all the fun out of it. I don't understand. Like, I do understand. I'm not stupid. Like, it's money, 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 money over everything. But man, it totally ruins like a lot of tree work that I would have enjoyed watching. It just makes it to where I just want to go to sleep. I don't like it. And someone needs to out and about with M&D. What's up? So, was that John? John Doe? Right on. I have two MS-170s. Right on. So, shit, I don't remember what I was saying right there. Yeah, somebody needs to put up a YouTube video where the count does the one on each pick. And just like, because that's what it is. It's one. The climber always, at no point have I ever done a tree and was like, looked at the camera and was like, this is cut 14. I don't keep track of but when you do crane work, it's a guessing game on weight, where everybody tries to decide who can get the closest on the weight. And it's a counting game, and I don't like this. Someone needs to start like shock loading the boom or something, negative rigging off the crane. Make it interesting. I don't like it. I mean, yeah, just make it interesting. It's not interesting. I don't want to count, and I don't want to guess the weight. It's like I'm at a fucking carnival where the great Alibaba will guess your weight. No, I don't want to guess no weight. I want to see you use your skills to get that down, not that big ass machine that ruined tree work. So there's my crybaby, legit tree climber at heart, fit. Now, now let's start. Let's start the week. Let's get going. Give it do one of them. I told you guys I would. All right, that I would start with this, so I'm going to. I don't want to. Jaded Pulse, what's going on? Brandon, what's up, brother? Seems all these turned into more and more whining, man. Get back to the roots. Brandon, shut up, puss face. You're the most all over the place at times. You chill the fuck out. I tell you what you can do. You can just click off, man. It's alright. I haven't made it to you yet, but I'll get there. Alright. So, whining. Oh my god, man. Alright, so I'm watching Bucky. And I'm like, I'm liking bucking this week. And I'm like, this is gonna throw a wrench in everything because I don't have anything bad to say. I'm like, oh, you're hilarious, Tim. Oh my god. I'm watching it and I'm liking the content. I'm like, man, I'm not just gonna make something up. It's all good. Like, he's falling, everything's going good. I'm like, damn, this sucks. Like, but reality's reality. If he's doing good stuff, he's doing good stuff. I've tried a crane work twice and I didn't like it. No communication. Oh yeah, that would be. We didn't have those fans. Yeah, you could use their. I've seen guys use their cell phones too. Like you just put some earphones in or like earbuds, and then just leave it on call and call each other and just like talk on the phone. Because nowadays you have cell phones, so that's like a good little backup plan if you ever get in the other way. So, all right. So you didn't you ain't hearing no grown man cry. You see any tears yet? Yet? Do you see any? Um, so yeah, I'm like 2 videos, at least I'm maybe 3 videos deep on Bucking, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to state facts. Like the content was good this week. On the end, yeah, exactly, exactly. But I'm trying to hold it together. Brandon's trying to ruin. He's trying to ruin everything right now. I don't know why he's doing this, but he's trying to ruin everything. I like our comms we're talking. Yeah. Yeah, I should use mine more for comms, but I use it just to listen to music while I work. So don't tell anybody. Um. So yeah. I have like I don't know if I can express this enough. I went from like what is going on with Bucking to like dang, I think he won me over again because no matter what, the dude has a positive message, and I appreciate that. Like you can't throw shade on that. That's awesome. And so I'm like, it's not hard for me to like it, but because it makes it better, son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't doubt it, but this, I legit, I'm like, I don't have nothing for this week. I don't have the normal stuff that I would usually have. I'm like, this is not going to be good. Or end better. I don't know what that means. You can't, I don't know what that means. I'm okay with that, Daddy. Dang, make me zesty just saying your name. That's not even, I take that back. Actually, I'm gonna edit that out, that I even said your name. Dang, I wish I would have made my name that way people had to say that every time when they talk to me. I like that. That's, they are bad. Oh, okay. Jay. I'm calling you Jay, okay? That's okay, Jay. Yeah, I don't, that's okay. As long as it's not a Husqvarna or a Echo or anything other than the steel, I'm okay with it. It's just I feel like you're getting ripped off when it comes to battery, and some like I'm gonna use the typical complaint, which is some woman has a baby strapped to her back somewhere digging the battery up. I mean, isn't that what everybody says? I'm calling you Jay. I'm not no. Jay's as good as it gets. All right. So I'm thinking I have nothing. I'm 15 minutes deep into Bucking's video, and all of a sudden the video clicks off, and it goes to him at his house, and I'm like, I'm a I'm already in the Bucking Army again. I'm ready to sign up and give him money for memberships. Like he already won me over in like that quick. And then I realize as he starts to talk, oh no, I think he watched that video, and I think he's offended. And I'm like, dang it, son of a gun. So he rambles at the end of one of his videos and starts complaining about. At first, he gets to complain about don't let other people bring you down, this and that. Because at first he's this is what he does anytime he shades somebody or talks trash about somebody, is he finds a way to be very, very vague with it, never says their name, but gets to do the things that he doesn't like others doing. He gets to do that, but he never says a name, which I find to be cowardly. That's just my opinion as a man. If I'm going to complain about some guy I seen on YouTube and how dumb he is for doing something, or how not man. Like, at times, that's what he does. He does this thing where he calls people not men. He calls it man-manship. I don't even know what man-manship is, but apparently it's something to do with, I don't even know. It's got to be pretty manly because it's got two mans in it. Man-manship. So I think we discussed the where he puts manship at the end of stuff, like wedgemanship, sharpenmanship. Can't keep up with all the manship that he does. So at first, I don't even think he's talking about me. I'm just like, yeah, that's right, Buckin. People suck. And then he goes a little further, and I'm like, yeah. And then I start to feel like he's talking to me. And then before it's all said and done, I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about me. But of course, he can't say it though. So this boils down to me having a difference of opinion with my video than what he said. Okay. Um, he says men are weak who disagree with him. If you have a disagreement with him, I didn't go to his channel and like start dogging him in the comment section. You're gonna get ignored. I just gave my opinion on a situation on a video that he made. He wants to be a very big influencer on YouTube. So, likemanship, yeah, that's where you talk on a microphone. I'm telling you, like, there's a manship for every steelmanship. Dang. I could try to, we could take it from him and be like, look this is something I just came up with. Put manship at the end of everything, and he'll be even madder. So, first he starts saying men are weak this is where I'm starting to get pissed off. I'm watching him, and I realize he's talking about me, so I go back, and I start watching it again, realizing that this is directed towards me. And I'm like, my feelmanship is getting hurt. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious right now? This is not... Whoa. So, calls me weak, because I have a difference of opinion. He says I have weak manmanship. He calls it weak manmanship. And he says basically the reason someone would do things like this is because they're fearful. Now, you need to understand, like, what the logistics here are. I run a very niche YouTube channel of a very select few. I told people not to subscribe last week and got way more subscribers. Stop. I don't want nobody else here. I want to continue to talk shit and do what I do, and everyone just leave me alone. If I make a video about you, I'll tag you in it like I did Buckin. So if I'm fearful, I sure as hell ain't tagging you in the video because I don't want you to see it. I'm scared, remember? Now, he makes it a point to point out, as he's talking about this, that he has 500,000 subscribers. He's got a huge channel. And he gets that by... He does a lot of things good. Positive message, just that. But he does what I did, but he just doesn't say a name. He talks shit on people and things that he doesn't like. He just stays vague and doesn't point it out. Now, my channel's small, your channel's huge. I tagged you in the damn video. So you can't call me fearful. I'm definitely not scared. That's not how that works. You may be right, Grandpa. That's probably what happened. They make tampons for that. That's interesting. Yeah. Well, that's all I'm posting, Tim, on the channel anymore. I'm gonna do these live feeds and I'm gonna do shorts, and my edited videos are all going on my memberships. I keep saying, like, Who cares about the views? Who cares about the views? I'm not gonna make my video all weird and like just like another guy's. I'm not gonna title my video just like I've done all, like, I get it, but I'm embarrassed when I look back at it. So I'll spend all the time putting the video together. I'm just gonna do it because I want to do it, and I'll just put it on memberships, which doesn't even get 10 views. So yeah, that's just a weird decision that I decided to make and that I'm gonna stick with. So. Oh, that's my wife. Dude, you don't ask, you tell them. And I hope my wife ain't listening, so I don't even joke. But yeah, you tell them, Goga. You're the boss. Well, I hope she's not watching. Sometimes she'll watch too. I don't need that stress. You know what I mean? Um, Son of a gun, you got, buddy. Getting her done, eh? All right, so I'm starting to realize, like, he's talking about me and I don't like it, and then he called me said I'm fearful, and then basically called me a sissy. I don't like that. Called me weak. He says, and then he says, God made us all perfect the way we are. Well, let me be clear. God made me this way, and the feelings, I made a video on the way I felt about something. I put a lot of sarcasm in it. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I'll put sarcasm into stuff just because I'm what the fuck? I'm a sarcastic person. You the man. You should have put that on memberships, is what you should do. You know what? I'm gonna figure out how to give some memberships away so some people can try it out. I will not be a member, you son of a bitch. Alright. That's awesome. Alright. Yeah, he's not. Well, there's like a list of things you got to be checked out before you get in. I don't think he would pass the physical to get in. That's the problem with it. Like, if he could pass, he wants to be part of the group, Shay. He wants to so bad, but he can't pass the physical to get in. It just is what it is. It's reality. So thanks, veteran. I appreciate it, brother. So he said God makes us all perfect, and then basically says I'm a scared pussy, and I'm like, I don't like that. And then he says, this is where he got me. He says, because he's talking to all of his 500 million subscribers he's got, and he tells them all. So I feel like they're all ganging up on me at that point. Like, I'm just me, and then like he's got all these 500,000 people that do whatever he says, and that's where I went wrong. I should have started a YouTube channel with a bunch of stands, not a bunch of like mentally, because usually if you're mentally weak, I run you off. Not I don't know that you're meant. It happens. I run those people off if you have you're insecure, or like you're just not secure enough with yourself as a man. It don't take long hanging around here and you get ran off. That's just kind of the way things. I refuse. No, dude, don't lie. He couldn't get in. Don't lie. Don't lie. And the only way, see, here's the way you know. If he could get in, he would do it and just be a member for a month and then not renew it. This is how I'm telling you that there's a physical you gotta pass. What was that place? Where they roll up with the skates and give you your food, Tommy? What's that place? Sonic. It was Sonic. Compartmental. That's awesome. Sonic, yeah. I thought it was Sonic. what was Tommy? It was Sonic. I think I got a corn dog. Yeah, pretty sure I got a corn dog. He did too. I can't do this no more. And you guys are getting me all off topic. Remember, 500,000 people are hating me right now. I'm trying to keep the story going. Everybody keeps trying to throw a wrench into it. But yeah, okay. So he gets me here, and I'm like, bro, I can skate. Don't start hating. We'll go outside. And I'll go get my skateboard. Um, that's true though. They barely walk to get you your food now. So he says, don't. This is what he starts telling all the people. He's like, don't enable these people. If you see this stuff come up, don't enable them. He says, you can't enable self-centered behavior. And that's where I'm like, okay. First you said I had weak manmanship. I don't even know what that means, but I don't like it. Then he just called me straight weak. He said I was scared, fearful. Now you're telling me I'm he's called me like 5 names already. I'm like, and I don't like any of it. And I realized right then, I'm like, no, you can't say this, man. You can't be mad about the video, okay? I put the video out public. It was a members video. I was going to keep it members only, because then I could hide behind that and know that he'll probably never see it and I don't have to worry about it. But then I realized I'm kind of hiding behind that. But deep down, that's kind of what it was. Everything I said, I was being honest. I was using a lot of sarcasm, but I was being honest. And I'm like, well, I gotta, if everything I said was honest, I should be able to upload it. And actually, it was BR who called me out and made me make that decision. And I said, okay, yeah, you're right. And he was right. I should have put it public instantly, because I tagged him. So he tells him, don't enable self-centered behavior. He says we need to raise people up. We need to call each other out when we get caught on the hook of weakness. You know, he's got to have some weird verbiage for everything in his life. When people do something that he disagrees with, or disagrees with something that he does, he calls that being caught on the hook of weakness. I'm surprised it's not weakmanship, but the hook of weakness. All right, he had to tell us about all this, and so he said we should call each other out, and he says I have a perfect way of dealing with people that are caught on the hook of weakmanship, and he does this. Damn it, my area. See, I'm poor. I don't even have enough room to turn around and do what he did, but he did like this. And he turned around and he's like, oh, did I see what? No, I never seen it. I don't know nothing about it. I ignore it, he says. So, what's up, Hank? So, here's, I don't want to step on what I have wrote down, but let's just be honest. The video is of me talking about how he shouldn't be the guy teaching someone how to climb trees. That is just fact. Like, people, he is a very big, he's a big influencer, and some people will try the things, because he teaches them, like he's trying to teach them, and it's just completely outdated. A lot of the stuff is unsafe, and the problem is when you get stuck so far up your own ass in YouTube, is that you can't see anything other than what you do. Your opinion's the only one that matters. Anyone who has a difference of opinion is just a hater or a troll. So, therefore, criticism or being critiqued no longer exists. You start to love the smell of your own shit at that point. And there's where the weird decisions start to be made, where he starts talking shit on people, things that he sees. Well, I seen a guy do that, but he's just not, I feel like he's the fearful one. If you seen a guy do something, you should point it out. You should have told him. I've said these things all to Buckin. He ignores my comments. So I said, I'll make my own video. And I made the video. Now, for him to be, this is, when I put the video out, I'm like, you know, how's he going to take this? I tagged him in it. There's a long story to that. If you want to go back into the videos, like the live feeds, I explained that. I tagged him in it, so I knew he's going to see it eventually. And I realized that this could go a couple different ways. And what I hope is that, yeah, he will. If you like stroke him hard enough, he will acknowledge you. I beat him down for a year, telling him to try out suspenders because he had back problems with his climbing belt. Took me a year of commenting that repeatedly, nonstop, in live feeds and this and that. And he finally tried it and said thank you and sent me a care package and stuff. He's a good dude at heart. But you start to think that your opinion is the only one that matters. You contradict yourself repeatedly. You can't act holier than thou. You make mistakes too. You do things wrong too. You are not this perfect human. And the thing is, like, I'm sure he's became a better human as he started his thing on YouTube. But this is not the guy he was originally. I know that for a fact. You know, you play a character long enough that you become the character. That's cool, man. If that's what you want to do, you want to be the holier than thou guy that never does anything wrong. That's cool. But like, people that are self-confident don't go around trying to convince everybody all the time that they're self-confident. They don't have to. So there's where the problem comes in. I expect him to see the video, find some humor in it, and realize that I meant nothing personal. I made sure that I talked and said quite a few positive things about him in the video. It's just teaching climbing is not one of those things. That's reality. Boo-boo? No, you're crazy. Said, you gotta take more time with your comment. You gotta take more time with it, especially if you're gonna troll it. Just use proper grammar. Like, you can't troll and spell things wrong or use wrong verbiage. Like, it doesn't work. Like, it's like being like, hey, dummy, but you say like the word dummy wrong when you say it. Like, that's the way. It's just the way the world works. That's reality. Exactly, Hank. You're just so excited to get some. Oh my God, I'm gonna do. Oh man, you fat fingered it. Okay, your thumbs are too damn big. Come on. Spell check had one against you. I don't know. I just subbed to PvP. That's crazy. That's crazy, Tim. So, for him to find humor in the video, he looked it straight in, and he said, stop. Leave people alone. Let people be. And I'm like, holy smokes, man, are you serious? Like, I can't believe he got that offended by it. So then I got to thinking, shit, I thought different of Buck and Billy Ray. The message always here, if you can overlook the I'm too cool to be made fun of. You ain't that damn cool, first of all. Let me be clear. You ain't too cool to be made fun of. You ain't too special to not be teased. Like, you got too many feelings, I'll tell you that. A lot of men these days have way too many extra feelings. I just didn't get those at birth. I don't know. I don't know where you all bought them. But yeah, I just don't get it. I don't relate to a lot of. I'm not saying the word men, males these days. So you have to be self-deprecating to get some humor out of the video. He would have to pull his head out of his ass for a second, realize that my message is always safety, trying to keep people from not getting hurt. The problem is I joke, tease, and use sarcasm along the way. So if you're a complete narcissist, you're fucking cherry hot and mad at me before you ever get the message. That's what happened here. I thought, no, he's not that way. There's no way. Like, he seems like the type of guy that he'll, maybe he at first, but if you watch it, you'll understand. Maybe he'll get it. And that's what I'm thinking at first. Now, when I started doing this, I realized maybe this isn't what I wanted to do. I'm not looking to offend anybody. I'm not looking to hurt anybody's feelings or this and that, but then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to grow a group of very confident men. Or if you're a confident enough woman, you could probably hang around here. I would hope most of us have different manners when we're around women, but that is what it is. There's not very many confident, real men out there anymore, which shows because you get offended too quick. Your feelings got hurt. So I expected him to find some humor in it. And I'm like, dude, I want you to think about this. Do you think I enjoy dressing up like a cop? I'm not some freaking weirdo that wants to sit in a costume all the time. I do that to be self-deprecating. To make it clear that I don't take myself that serious. So you shouldn't get offended that serious. Now, if you can't make fun of yourself a little bit, if you can't, you're never going to get any better. People talk about the shit of, I'm going to be better tomorrow than I was today. You know what? If someone can't poke and tease at you, can't critique you, can't say anything that's not exactly what you, if they don't regurgitate what you say, and you have a difference of opinion, you ain't ever getting better. You ain't just magically waking up better every day. That's the whole point with all this. I purposely put do this weird, goofy ass character that is I make fun of myself in that. There's a reason for that. Because I could sit there and be like, I'm the shit, okay? Let me be clear. I'm the best in the world, and you need to listen to my opinion because my opinion's the best. That's not fun. And it's a bit narcissistic. And I come off like just an asshole. I want to come off like an asshole because I kind of am. But not just an asshole. That's not what I want to do. Oh shit, I thought you were talking to me. First Jim, what's up? Nothing. I think Buckin seen the video I made of him and now he's offended and mad. And so he's telling his subscribers, he's like, don't comment, don't enable this self-centered behavior. Now you want to know why you didn't find humor or any humor in this, Buckin? The video I made, you know why you didn't find any humor in it? Because you're self-centered. you won't. It doesn't allow for it. You can't be self-deprecating and self-centered at the same damn time. That don't work. Come on, man. So I'm like, man, I wish he would just say it, like, say my name. Acknowledge that you don't like it. And I'm like, maybe he will. I'm gonna keep watching. So he says, I think he meant to put the clicks they're all right. We don't like them. But he put cliches. He like locks eyes with the camera, does the most serious mode, and is like, stop, leave people alone. And I'm like, oh shit, man. I think I know. That's what I'm saying. Say my name. Is Daddy still here? God dang it! I said Daddy, and I meant to say Jay. And that's your fault, Peter. I would have forgot his name if I didn't see it. Son of a gun. Yeah. So I didn't do nothing to nobody. You're a big character on YouTube. Now, this is just kind of the way it works. I didn't agree with some of the stuff you did. That's okay. It should be okay, but it's not. He's very offended. He's very mad. And as he's mad, and he does the, I'm pissed. You need to leave people alone and let them be. He goes from kind of crazy psycho to, you guys ought to go join my memberships. And I'm like, holy smokes, man. This guy that showed right there with a flip of a switch. He can go back into the holier now character, and you guys can give me more monies. I'll take all the monies. Okay, man, like, I don't know. I don't know. It was an emotional roller coaster. I went from being like, I'm digging Buckin this week, I'm gonna talk some good about him, to holy shit, he hates me now. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. He's completely offended though. And he missed the point of the video. He missed the entire message of the video. So you don't find any humor in it. Why is that? You're self-centered. You said being self-centered is bad. So it's like within sentences, a couple sentences, he's contradicting himself. And I really don't know what to do. I'm like, this is fucking weird. I don't know. I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, and the only thing I can think is you're so, like, stuck on yourself that you instantly got mad by some sarcasm. And it just, you missed the purpose of the video. You listened to a few things of sarcasm and got very, very, very offended. So here's the problem. You've built yourself an echo chamber on YouTube. Now, facts to this are that echo chamber is not reality. In the real world, whoa, how is your name like that? That's wild. I can't read what your name is, but your comments, yeah? Teach me how to make my name like that. I want people to not be able to read my name too. That's crazy. I can't read it at all. So hard to see. It looks sick though, because it's all different than everybody else's. I don't remember where I was at. Your name threw me for a loop there. At least it wasn't Daddy. God dang it, dude. Again. Yeah, that's the problem. The clout, you get so drunk on it and the smell of your farts has you so high on yourself that you just can't. Here's the reality. If YouTube ends today, I don't care if you got 1 million subscribers. What if it ends today? You at one point find yourself to be a better human even because you got some subscribers, you get some views. Come on, man, you got lucky, hit the algorithm, and got some. So like that's not real life. Like if you're a douche with 1 million subscribers and YouTube ends, you stay a douche. That's just the way reality works. So acting like you're better, and this is what he was doing. Like, I think your message that you're always trying to put across, you do more putting positive content out there. I will say that. But there's nothing negative about mine. I don't say anything wrong. Right? Like, the end game is safety with a bit of satire and sarcasm. Here's where the problem falls. Is when you're so like self-absorbed that you no longer, you get sarcasm, but when it involves something about you, you no longer get it. You get being like satire humor until it involves you, and then you no longer get it. Come on, man. Like, pull your head out of your ass and let's try it again without insulting me personally, repeatedly saying good men don't do this. What? Now I'm not a good man? Why? Because I had a difference of opinion of you? Okay. He says that he wouldn't shame people. And I'm like, what the hell? What is all this about? Like, is it my fault that you don't get sarcasm? I don't know. Is it weak for me to disagree with a much larger YouTube channel, remember? And fearful? Am I fearful because I disagree with a much bigger channel than mine? Well, let's say 50 times bigger than mine? That would be right? Oh my God, no. 100,000 times bigger than mine. That's not right, is it? If I have 10,000, like 500 times bigger than mine, right? I don't know. Well, yeah, I think it's 500 times bigger than mine. But that's not fearful, man. You know, you can't go around saying the same shit, you know, to where you talk about things that you see on YouTube. You diss people all the time and disagree with what they do. You think your opinion's better, that your methods are better. You refuse to say the people's name. Only reason for that is because of the effect. There's always going to be an effect when you make it clear what you're doing and what you mean. If you stay vague, you can be Switzerland, you know, and sit directly on that fence post. And I don't know why you say Switzerland, but you neutral. Let's say that. That's kind of weird to say Switzerland, but there's always an effect. So you could piss somebody off, and then, you know, they say something back. If you say the name and make it clear, you could get them some attention. They may get some attention because you said their name. It could be positive attention. It may be negative attention. The problem is, like, you don't want to raise anybody up. You're not looking to raise a bunch of people up. This was, I think, the last one he just put out. I think it was just the last one. He just uploaded an hour or so ago. It's like 20 minutes in where he's just talking. It goes from him cutting out in the woods, falling some Doug firs, and then it goes directly to that. So the problem is the truth sometimes hits you a little harder. But I don't think I said anything that was truthful that was that mean for him to be like kind of mad about it. So I just feel like I deserve for you to pull your head out of your ass. Or no, let me say it. Hang on, no, let me say it in words that like the softer, more emotionally weak, almost feminine, modern day male will understand, okay? Watch it again without being self-centered. Take yourself out of it. Realize that nothing's personal. I don't really mean anything personal. Ignore the sarcasm, I guess, if you don't understand sarcasm and don't lack a sense of humor. If you lack a sense of humor, ignore the sarcasm. There's a lot of it. But you got to take your me, everything's about me sunglasses off and just acknowledge what's actually being said. What's the message of that video? For climbers that are starting out, to be safe, to use modern techniques, and to be safe. That's it. Red-blooded American come in straight to Pound Hound? God dog, man. That's wild. So yeah, like you have to acknowledge that, modern day, there is safer tools. There's safer methods. There's safer techniques that have been developed. It's not anyone's fault that you decided to stop learning 20 years ago. So now that's the problem, Tim. Everything's about, like, you can't, I don't know. It's just, and maybe hopefully I'm not, I got the feeling it was 100%, but the problem is I can't say. Maybe I'm being that guy right now. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'm being that guy, and he didn't really mean it. There's no way. There's no way that everything, I don't know. But it just, okay. Here's the things that I can say I did wrong. And I can acknowledge when I'm wrong, all right? Let's do it. I was wrong when I expected him to have a sense of humor and to understand sarcasm, okay? So, now, I see, I can critique myself and be straight up. I was wrong that he would be able to laugh at himself and be self-deprecating at times. Like, allow it to kind of roll off that, like, he's not too special or too good to be poked and teased. Because that's all that was being done. That's two things I'm completely wrong about. I shouldn't have said anything positive in the video. Because everything that I said positive was absolutely and completely ignored. I should have made 50 more videos by now, being very nitpicky and pointing it out, because this is the method I used to get him to wear suspenders. It took me a year of repeatedly doing something to him before, oh, yeah, that may help me. So maybe I spend an entire year watching his videos, dressing up like a cop, making complete ass out of myself, and him too. And then maybe a year from now, he realizes, oh, I need to chill a little bit. It's okay. No one meant any harm. I can't. You're just
when it comes to people that would be teaching tree climbing, I just don't think that's your realm, man. That's the reality. It's not it. If you do something sketchy, you did something sketchy. If you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. Or if your methods are outdated, they're just outdated, man. It just is what it is. So, I guess I'm going to make 50 more videos. They'll be coming out soon. I don't like that he got so emotional about it all. That's it's weird. You should. This is, there's a solution here, and this is the end. Okay, we'll move on. If you're offended, if you're too self-centered, and this, you guys know, I state nothing but facts here. I may do sarcasm in videos at times, but allegedly everything I say here is always facts. 115%. So, now, this is my message to Bucket. Or anyone that I've said anything about along the way. This is the way, if you don't like it, and it hurts your feelings, this is what we do. If you're offended, if you're too self-centered, too self-absorbed to handle another man having a difference of opinion, reach out. Reach out to me, okay? You know, let me know that you're too sensitive. If you know, it's too hurtful for you to have someone publicly disagree with you. You know, the majority of males that are on Earth nowadays, they all have too many feelings, you know? So, like, they have extra feelings, you know, even, like, they start to cross over. There's some feminine feelings, and that's normal these days. So I understand if you fall into that category. But, just would secretly, if you want, when nobody knows, send me a message, an email. Just confess to me, you know, the following things that I just said, and I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop. I am no bully, but I will screenshot and post if you send me an email like a pussy. I'm done. 50 videos coming. Alright, let's move on. Jesus Christ. That was way too much stuff on just Bucket. But I had, like, it threw the biggest wrench into my whole thing, too. So, I'm too sensitive. Stop. Oh, no. Oh, no. You got a sharp temper? Oh, no. Okay. So, Rion, this week, Rion put out a video. He may have put out two. I think the one I ended up getting and putting some notes down for was how close is too close. That's how you title a video. That's how you go. What up, BR? So that's how you title a video. And have you been here for a little bit, BR? I try to run everybody off, man. I'm a bit of a hermit, you know. I'm the guy that at times just wants to, after I cross the bridge, throw a bomb back there and just, like, so no one else can follow me. So maybe just got here. Okay, damn. All right, I just rambled for, oh my god, an hour. I think Buckin watched my video because it was bound to happen because I tagged him in it, in the title. And he was the thumbnail. And I think he is offended, but he refused to say my name or acknowledge it. But he was, so just, if you watch his last video, it just uploaded an hour, 2, 3 ago, something like that, 3 or 4 hours maybe. If you watch that, about 15 minutes in, 15 to 20 minutes, he goes from cutting fallen trees, and then it goes to him just talking to the camera. I'm pretty sure he basically sneak dissed me, called me a weak, fearful, yada yada yada. So, yeah. Nice, we can hear it again. No, okay, my bad. Son of a bitch. Alright, yeah, that was worth it. That was warranted, Hank. God dang it. Or was that red-blooded? Who was the one that just burned me? Dang it, where'd he go? Nice, we can hear. Okay, yeah, it was Hank. I like your style, Hank. That's funny. Alright, so Rion put out video, How Close is Too Close. They take, oh, son of a bitch. Okay, nope, I take it back. I take it back. We're gonna have to hit him with, you were, dude, it was good. Your title was How Close is Too Close? Question mark. That's all you need. Trying to, what up, Fred? Trying to get an extra title in here. I don't like that. He says, after that, it's 3 major removals in an afternoon. I feel like you could have made that into a singular sentence. But, I mean, it's not, I've seen worse. You could, if you switch the question mark with like a comma, like his is almost okay. But, I mean, we got to hit him with a violet because he didn't do anything else wrong. But, yeah, he just, Rion's Climber makes the cuts. It's a counting game, just like I said before. You know, 1 pick, 2 pick, 3 pick, and it's like, it's a counting game. Every crane video is a counting game. It's a guess the weight, guess how many picks. So, yeah, so I'm gonna, just because he doesn't do anything, he gets a ticket for his double title. You can't have 2 titles, man. You get 1 title, alright? 1 title. You figure out how to make it 1 sentence. Don't make 2. That's a rookie move. I don't like that. So, knock it off. Game of Trees is the next channel. He does big, ratty ash takedowns on an island. I can't even give him a damn ticket. He is doing it better. He's just doing it better. Bucket has mentioned you before on his channel. It was a few years ago. Yeah, he did. He actually, like I said, he sent me. Like, I like Bucket, but the reality, like, I'm not the best at it. Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't know why I would just say that. I was gonna say I'm not the best at everything, but then I realized, no, you're the sheriff. You're the best. So, like, but you just have to know you're not the best at everything. But yeah, Game of Trees does a proper title. A singular sentence. Yeah. Captain Know-It-All, Odious Manmanship. Captain Manmanship. That's what. I don't know, man. When you count. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's Bert. I swear. I'm just waiting for somebody to put a crane video out where it's like they do all the, and then they show the picks. 1, 2, dude, it would be sick. But that's what I see every time when I watch people's crane videos because they're all laid out the same way for the most part. It's hard to change the way a crane takes the limb and moves it. So, you do the lumberjack show stuff. I climb trees. I use chainsaws. I can swing an axe. Yeah, I can do some of it. But, so Game of Trees, he does a video. It's out on an island. He's taking this big ratty ash tree down. he's still using that stupid competition foot locking setup, which I don't like. Yas, what's up? How's everybody got these different names? Oh, yours is just EE. Okay. That's kind of sick too, just 2 letters. Is it Josh? Joss? Or Yas? But he's still using, okay, he uses this weird thing where it's a hand ascender, and there's like this little foot, like, or, okay, hand ascender, no buckets, no cranes. That's what I'm saying. We're the only ones keeping it real, Tim. And, you know, you're like a sidekick to, dude, I have a Superman cape right here. It's got a big S on it for sheriff. So, I should wear that when I do tree work. I should wear it during these too. But that's awesome, Hank. That's sick, man. Yeah, so I don't like his climbing setup. It's a hand ascender and it's got this rope grab catcher thing on top of it, and there's no, he couldn't come down. If he is on his way up, has some kind of an accident, gets cut, whatever, he can't go down. It doesn't descend. It only goes up. It's a rope grab. That's the way it works. So I don't, no capes, son of a gun. All right. Right on. Yeah, well, maybe one day I'll wear a cape. So I just wish the dude would have a climbing setup to where if like you start to get in your 50s and you're rope walking up a tree or foot locking up or spiking, like you, accidents happen. You can have a heart attack or something, or you start to have something wrong. If you're whatever you're climbing up, you can't get down at quickly. That's just not good. It's just not good. You need to have some way to get down during an accident. So buck strapping just a lanyard on the way up, that's where I have an issue with it. Because if you get hurt, say you cut your arm and your arm is cut so bad that it's just dangling, are you now going to one-handed flip your way down? No, you're likely going to fall. So yeah, it's fun to be like, hey, you did this wrong. That's not the point. The point is making sure you're safe. I'm trying to make sure that everyone can continue to put out these boring ass videos. Okay? So I'm trying my best to make sure you go home, you see your wife at the end of the day, and you make another boring ass YouTube video. So I'm looking out if we're telling the truth here. So low impact forestry. Falling is the quickest. 100%. 100%. Dude, I've been there, done that. I got down so fast, and I now have ribs that stick out of my chest for the rest of my life because of it. So I fell hard enough that my ribs exploded outward. So wasn't able to walk there for a while either. So. Falling with style. I would imagine I probably looked pretty cool when I did it. Don't really remember much, just kind of blacked out. But so he climbs with this weird, silly ass foot locking thing. I wish he would just not do that, but it's just something he does. I don't really understand it. But this guy spends a lot of time talking about the rules and doing everything by the book. He's a certified master arborist certified. I think that is the technical, like his whole his title. So, okay, you're the guy that knows everything. So did you know you should probably have a device that allows you to go down in case of an emergency? So maybe that's the one thing he didn't learn, but we'll see. You guys are wild. Everyone gets one. What are we giving away? Okay. So, where was I at? Oh, alright, he's climbing up this tree. He's people. Why you guys always want to talk about some silly shit? I don't. What? Gnarlbuckle? Huh. Your mom was a freak. God dang, that's crazy. Yeah, don't say that to me. I don't like that. Free tips on rapid tree descent. All right. And when he's climbing, he decides that it's a great opportunity to talk about infinite banking. And no, it's not a good time to talk about it. I turned the volume down for what was 5 minutes, because I'm like, I don't want to listen to this shit. I'm watching for the tree work. He's trying to teach me how to scam some banks and do some insurance fraud, was what it seems like. He's like, take out a bunch of life insurance policies and then buy equipment with it, and then you're using that money to use that money to rob this guy to pay Peter and smack Paul. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't want to hear this. He's said it 50 times already. I've heard it a billion times. Don't tell me again about infinite banking. I don't want to know. So he well, okay, I had arrows going all over the place. Now I see why I put that. So he finally finishes that. When I left it off for like 5 minutes and I put the volume back up, he was still talking about it. But he was at the end. He gets to bragging about how he doesn't one-hand a chainsaw. But like, I don't understand that. I don't understand that one. Like, it's like being like, na 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 boo boo, I'm a pussy. Cool, dude. Really? I've never. Like, I'm too weak. Na 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 na. I gotta use two hands. What do you think about that? And I'm like, that's cool. I don't. Okay, okay, you can do that. That's fine. But he's always talking about and bragging about how he's got weak wrists, maybe, or limp wrists, or I don't know. He can't use one hand. Is what I heard. So I'm like, that's cool, dude. Use three hands. I don't know where you're getting the other one, but just I don't care. Uh, he reminds me of my own. Yeah, I don't know if he just does like pre-workout or something, and he's like amped up all the time. But man, that guy's got all the energies. Like, I want all the monies. Me and Ground Pounder talked about this. We've talked about it a billion times. The monies, I want all of it. That's just the way everybody wants the monies. Everything. Everything. Red-blooded, everything. Just YouTube channels, what I've seen this week on YouTube when it comes to tree guys. This is what I do every week. So, where's I at? I don't remember. I'm a pussy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's got all the energies. I'm like, where do you get all the energies from? Because I don't have that. Like, I'm not that jacked up all the time, and he's always trying to convince me that he's having fun, and at times he doesn't look like he's having fun at all. But he always has got to tell me he's having fun, and I don't know why that has anything to do with tree work. But every video is like, this game of trees, we're having fun. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I don't like it or don't care. I think it's just I don't care. It's weird. But he'll get to talking about stuff, and he never stays on topic. But like, some people drink like pre-workout and shit now, and that stuff makes them scaz out. So I'm like, where you guys get this pre-workout at? Like, I want to drink it too. I want to be faster. I mean, I've Sniffing paint, GP? Oh. No, I'm not doing that. Maybe. I will in a little bit. It's Tim, Veteran Tree. He always begging for me to do picture time before I draw. Just his favorite part, but um I don't remember what the fuck am I where the worst catch. Okay, yeah, okay. I have so many notes. Sometimes I just get lost. All right, don't worry about what I'm doing though. Why do I just repeat shit all the time? Like I already said that, and I'm like, say it again. I'm not saying it again. Yeah, his video was pretty good. He took down a pretty good ash tree. It was on an island. He did the cuts. He made the sawdust. He had the colorful ropes. He had everything that your modern day YouTube arborist needs. Colorful rope, chainsaw that makes sawdust. He didn't have facial hair. I think that may be a requirement. If you grow a beard, Tim's screwed. Yeah. But he had most of the stuff. And he also is the hardest breather on YouTube. It's hard to watch this stuff because he's like moans a lot, and it sounds like he's got the camera like right next to his mouth, or he's wearing a mic or something, because like it's hard to hear anything other than him huffing and puffing. But yeah, you drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, but yeah, that's about all I got on him this week. He didn't try to sell me a damn outside furnace this week. That was nice. He didn't try to sell me some charcoal soap. That was kind of cool. So, alright, now we got a new one. This guy, I don't know what this dude's problem is, but I stumbled across his channel. This guy's crazy. Bert's Custom Cuts. And I'm like, what's this guy all about? I think I've seen this guy before. So I click on it. I'm gonna subscribe. I subscribe. And it says day 2, finishing dead poplar removal. And the video starts, and Bert, I know who Bert is. I'm like, there's Bert, cool. And then Bert also has the orange Power Ranger with him, that's sick. Like, I didn't even know they made an orange Power Ranger, but the guy had everything that you could get for a get-up, and the guys that look like the Power Rangers always give me the iffies, because it seems like they often are in the fail videos, because it's a costume. So I'm like, I'm instantly like, I'm watching you, Orange Ranger, and trying to keep an eye on him. Bert goes up, they get in this tree, so they're rigging it out. It's pretty compromised. We got to get him some kudos on the title. The title was not too long. Day 2, finishing dead poplar removal. That's nice. I like that. So, I mean, the Orange Ranger did good. Like, he rigged good. Bert, up in the tree, doing the climbs, making the cuts. He did pretty good. The tree was in rough shape, so like it was very chaotic. Every time you cut a branch, it just like smashes in a billion. But everything was good until like I'm watching the video, and then the most important part comes up. Well, maybe not the most, where you're gonna follow the log, and all of a sudden the camera angle changed, and I had to turn my neck like this, and I got a kink in my neck from the video. So I feel like I should write him a ticket for that. Yeah, it just went, like, it was like this, and like normal, and then all of a sudden it was like this, and I hurt my neck. I'm getting old though, so. But yeah, that's it. Ticket for my neck. I don't like that. My neck hurts, so. Thing 1 and Thing 2, I dig that. That's sick. So go check out Bert's channel. That's Bert's Custom Cuts. I didn't get a chance to watch your the Log Tong one yet, so I get a chance. I'll swing over there and check it out. All right, let's do this. This guy's a yahoo. Veterans Tree Service. Dead trees dismantled and tight son of a bitch. Dude, I told you this already. One title. I thought he did it, and then I'm reading. No. Dead trees dismantled in tight space. Then precision at its I don't like that either. It was not precision. Precision at its finest, he says. So, excessive use of titles. That's a ticket. That's a straight ticket. I let other people weigh that. I ain't not Tim. Video starts out with. At first, I thought it was all gonna be a sarcastic video with a bunch of lies because he's like, "Hey, welcome back. We're the greatest tree service in the world." I'm like, what is this? But then straight facts, and he's like, "No, we suck." Okay, I'm back in. Like big facts now. So I'm committed at that point. You know what I mean? That was not no, that was not. I change it. Change it right now. Go click on the video. Go to edit. Change the title. I'll tell you what. This is what I want it to be. Rookie. Modern day male tries to climb. That's what I want. That was what I would have titled it. Make sure modern day male tries to climb. So don't listen to that's not facts. What he said when he was like, "We suck," that's facts. That's real facts. Not now. This is not. That's not what he says. Not facts. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. All right. So we've seen Tim climb some trees that are, physically like challenged when it comes to height. They're not the biggest. Is there something more? You plan to dinner? Yeah, maybe, possibly. What up, Lance? So, yeah, we've seen him climb some trees. He seems to have a lot of trouble in these little trees. My guy is, like, he is struggle city. And, I'm starting to, like, I'm like, is he going to make it? And then I noticed, hey, he's up in these birch trees. They're smaller trees, big for him, big for him. But I don't want to do that to anybody. I hate when people are like, that tree's not that big. So for Tim, maybe these big trees. So he's up in this birch tree. It's it's 10, 15 feet over the roof. It's a single story house, by the way. I just like climbing big. Dude, that is the most sus comment. Take that away. Like, you may want to hide that comment. That's not good. So I noticed that you don't use the old rainbow anchor. Why, no rainbow anchor in the birch. Now, if you're going to use it. I think, was it because the limbs are little and dead? I mean, if it's a safe technique. I was waiting for the old rainbow anchor to come out. I didn't see it. So, first few branches, he throws one down, just smacks the shit out of this little lace leaf Japanese maple tree, little dwarf one. I like those trees. I have one in my front yard. It's one of my favorite trees ever. It's like when I got my house, that was like the first thing that I wanted to buy and put in was one of those. So I took a little extra offense to that. So we have to hit him with destruction of property. I mean, just smacking this little tree, no reason for it. So I'm like, what's this guy doing? Just beating these little ornamental trees up. So then he says he's going to explain span rigging, and says he says, okay, so span rigging, it has very little swing, and it's gentle. I'm like, okay. At the beginning, somewhere there, he says we can't touch any of this ornamental shrubbery, the flowers underneath. So when he smacks that little tree, I'm like, I don't like that. That's not what you said. But we keep going. Now, I don't know if you understand, and I may have to get the old finger painter out because of this. Now, this is absolutely your fault, Dib. I wouldn't be drawing right now if it wasn't for you. You made this happen. I think you was really. I don't have any paint for my fingers, or I would do that. Who? Damn it! Red-blooded. I would do that. So, all right. So let me explain a little something to you, Tim. You got, where are we at? All right. Okay. So you get a tree. Okay, that's a tree. It's got these forks on it. These little things, they call them branches. All right. So you got another tree. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna draw a person. That way you can have some scale. So trees you're used to. Okay, that's about right. All right. So these are trees you're gonna get in. All right. Get out of my way. Actually, I don't want you in the picture. Get out of here. That was dead on. I could do those cartoon pictures at the beach for people. All right. So you got a span rig. All right. You choose your anchor points. Now, if you want the damn thing to land here in the middle, people don't even worry about the height of it. So you have 2 points that you need to worry about. The point of anchor and whatever crotch you're going through. So you have 2 anchors. There to there. And the heights in comparison is going to determine where the branch goes. So if you go way up here with this one, okay, we anchor right there. Then we'd anchor straight across right there. So we got a rope going like this. And it goes down that. And we anchored off. We blew that top out. That piece is going to stay in the middle. Because the 2 heights are at the same. They're at the same. Alright? So the piece would stay in the middle. It would lower to the middle. Now, if I took this one and I lowered it, the piece is now going to move over to here. The piece is always going to move to the low side. It's when you're span rigging. So like, if I'm span rigging, and that's the problem, is you give up control, and like precise control of lowering when you span rig. But you can kind of dial it in. So if I wanted my piece to end up over at this tree, what I would then do is I would drop my anchor point for this one, maybe down here, okay? And I'd keep my other one up here. So the rope would be going like this and down. So when I drop this piece into it this time, it's gonna slide to the low side. So when I go to lower, it's gonna end up being more like this. all the way over here because this is your low side. Now you can dial that in and be a little more precise with it when you use a blocker like a pulley. The friction is gonna maybe fight that a little bit when you're using a carabiner, the sharp bend radius. So it won't be as dialed in. The more weight, the more dialed in it'll stay. But yeah, I think that's something that no one really discusses and talks about when it comes to span rigging, is having some control on that descent of the piece. Where's the maple at? Where's the person in the tree? You didn't see him? Wait, what just happened? No, I'm not doing it again. That was a span rig? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. So, I've done that discussion multiple times. Don't mess with me. But you can really dial in span rigging by changing your heights on that. So, the piece is always going to drift to your low side. Remember that. So, as the problem, like when you go over here and you start to work this side down and it becomes the low end, when you dump the piece off, it's not going to go up the rope as you go to lower it. It's going to stay to this tree over here. It's not going to really go to the middle ever. It's going to fall into the system, and gravity controls it, keeps it at the low side. Yeah, that's coming. So, all right, Tim's doing this tree. He's going to span rig. It's his first time he's ever done it. So, you know, I remember my first time. So I'm like, this is going to be something special for him. Can't touch anything, yada. So I explained how that works. Well, I want you to imagine someone who doesn't know how that works, and then it being their first time, and he just goes crazy. He goes crazy. Stuff starts going everywhere. And he hits the house with stuff like, well, I guess you can't say he hits the house. When stuff breaks apart, it falls on the gutter, falls on the roof. You know, that is little shrapnel. This kind of happens. Sucks that the customer's sitting there watching the whole time. I think he's like recording on his phone too. That kind of sucks. And you hope that you have an understanding person that just understands that just kind of is the result of trying to rig rotten, dead, nasty stuff that just crumbles apart. But, I mean, you play that game, especially when the guy's sitting there watching. The stuff on the house, the roof, the gutter, that is what it is. Then he all of a sudden smashes this little weeping cherry tree. I don't know if it's a weeping cherry really. It's a weeping something. It looks kind of like a weeping cherry by the bark, but I was looking through a phone from a long ways away, and I really couldn't see. I don't think the leaf really matched up, but maybe it's something like that. Who knows? But he's doing it. He's getting it done, and what's that noise? What was I at? Oh, and then he goes to take this top out and literally just throws it right on top of this little tree. And then hits the little tree again. And then hits the little, you said you wasn't supposed to touch anything. So when you start smacking the shit out of everything, I'm like, well, this is not good. But then it's okay, apparently, because the customers, you can't see on top of the tree where all the stuff happened. So for all we know, there's a bunch of birch stuff on top of this tree forever. But the guy seemed cool with it. He's like, you did a great job busting up my gutters, Tim. That was great. So Tim, great. And then what's Tim said? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know why this. At one point, Tim said he's going to give Jake the wood. And then Tim's like, oh shit, I'm going to hear about this on Saturday. 100% you're going to hear about this. I don't like that. And I don't think you should say it anymore. because of that right there, I feel bad for Jake, and I don't like that you said that. So I'm gonna reverse the roles at least for a week. Jake is no longer Little Snatch. He is now Jake. You, because what you just did to him with you and giving the, I don't like that. He gets his name back, and you become Fat Snatch. Because when I was watching you do these trees, the trees are little, and it looks like if you see an elephant ride a tricycle. It's kind of what it looks like. So you're gonna be Fat Snatch for at least a week, and as long as I don't hear you talking about giving Jake the wood anymore, we'll try to get your name back. But yeah, at the end of the video, Fat Snatch says that's how you do it. And personally, I don't know if that's really how you do it, but that's how this video went. That was the video. So then he put out another video called Gut Ripping Tree Falling Method. Now, I back this title. Like, I back this. This is okay. You know, it's not, it's like a sentence. It's a single title. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, yeah, you get a ticket for that's assault, like sexual assault. Jake don't want the wood. I don't think. So, next video is Gut Ripping Tree Falling Method. He rents a different machine. I don't like that. I think you should use your machine because I want to see Jake inside of it driving it. I like that. It's like Mario Kart. And Tim is back. Now, I know you think I'm talking about the guy who makes the video. The guy who makes the video's name is Fat Snatch. Tim came back, though. There's another worker who's there, so this works out perfect. So he came back. Now he's Tim. The other guy that used to be that is now Fat Snatch. So we got Fat Snatch, Tim, and Jake, aka previously known as Lil Snatch. Okay, so everybody's on. We're all on the same page. Yeah, Tim. The video starts and Tim just literally, I don't know why, he hunted these little birds down and took them out. I don't like unalived them. I don't like that. I don't know why he would do that. These birds, they were helpless little creatures. They didn't even do nothing. So fall some trees. The guys, Tim gets to fall a couple. Jake fall. I think Jake may even fall a couple trees. Fat Snatch comes in and does the harder ones, and one of them about barber chaired on him. So, I mean, if you think about it, Fat Snatch almost got beat up by some big wood. But here's something that you don't hear talked about. If you're in that situation where the barber chair starts, there is a point to where you can get into it and get that tree to still go, but you're gambling at that point for the barber chair to get to that tipping point where it tips off and falls on you. So in the video, the tree blows up and starts to barber chair pretty gnarly because of the pull that they have onto it with this machine. And I mean, you're gonna give Tim some credit. He stayed in it, and it bypassed the barber chair by cutting through. That's where a powerful chainsaw and a sharp, powerful chainsaw kept that tree from completely barber chairing and kind of possibly coming down on top of him. So yeah, if you want to see that, remember the video is called Gut Ripping Tree Falling Method, and that's over on Veterans Tree Service. So they do that, and then Jake, previously known Lil Snatch, He's my favorite. That's my guy now. He's my favorite. This dude, this is the guy, and this is where I was sold. Like I'm 100% a Jake guy now. I'm team Will Snatch all the way. This guy. I mean, he don't play the YouTube games. That's why I like him. He don't play the YouTube games, and speaks straight facts at all times. And he catches a glimpse of, so you got Fat Snatch driving the chip truck, and they're trying to dump it, and Jake is recording. I'm trying to keep the names, make sure I get them all right. He's recording from the back, and you can see in the mirror, if you look close, he says, look at that little girl. I like that. I like that a lot. That is sick. I back that, and I am Team Jake from now on. I agree, Fat Snatch, probably a girl. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was the video. I think he may be having some trouble. Maybe it's the PTO, because it looks like the PTO's not. Everything sounds like it's working, but it's just maybe not locking in or something. Kind of weird. But yeah, that's just weird that your truck kind of does that, and then maybe you rock it back and forth, get it into gear, back out of gear. Maybe it works at times. I would be looking towards the PTO in it. So yeah. So yeah. That's all we got from veterans. Remember, if you talk to him, Fat Snatch, at least a week. So it's funny. He's a skinny guy like me. So it's like when you have that little guy named Tiny. It's the same thing. I was going to use that control barber chair, and then, just use comments. I mean, Tim nailed it, though. Oh, fuck. Fat Snatch nailed it. Oh my god, I already almost, started to mess up already. He did the bypass, so. Alright, so I'm going to kind of speed through some of these. At Woodroy TV. That guy's building the channel. I think he's, Canadian or something. He's always, something A. But, he reviewed some fail videos. And, I think it was called You'll Flinch, Wild Tree Drops Rated by a Veteran Arborist. I don't like that title. So, yeah, I don't like that. He watches fail clips, comments over them. Have you guys seen the video where the guy's in the bucket truck and he cuts, he's got this big oak tree and he goes about halfway, makes this big notch, falls it, the whole top comes out, and it's like this big around. It comes out and bonks him on the head and bounces off of his head and goes through a garage, and he falls out of the bucket and is dangling there looking all crazy dead. Dude, no one's more Canadian than Patrick. Have you guys seen that video, though? I'll tell you what, I'll find that video and I'll post it on my shorts. I think it's AI. I don't think it's real. I'll try to find it and I'll post it. But, yeah, it's a crazy-ass fail video where the guy's in a bucket truck, it falls out, and this monster oak top just goes bonk off of his head, and he bounces out of the bucket, and he's just dangling there with his fall resting. Where was I? Oh, you can see it over on at Woodroy TV. He makes tree videos. It's WOODROY TV. So, yeah, it's a gnarly clip. So, and I don't agree with everything Woodroy does. I think some of his methods are completely outdated, and a bit dangerous at times. But yeah, I respect it. I think he's a dude. like a manly. He's got good manmanship. All right, that's what I'm gonna say. He's got that good manmanship. So go subscribe to his channel. He's trying to build a channel. He's cool. I don't got nothing against him. We're about done. JLM Tree Service. Now, we've had a rocky relationship. There are times where he completely cringes me out and I can't handle watching his stuff. Other times where I'm like trying to support 100% because he seems like a country boy, just trying to work hard. But then he gets to playing the holier than now character for YouTube, and I don't know, like, I just don't relate to it. So he puts out a video though, dead for 12 years. This tree is extremely dangerous and still standing. So I've given him advice before, but because he get offended because I say stuff on videos and stuff like this, I don't think he takes my advice. Anybody who makes tree videos, putting dead tree or dead anything in your title triggers the algorithm, and you're going to have troubles with it. That's just a tip from me to you. This guy is fiending for the views, like begging, talking about like trying to get sympathy. Like, I've been posting for 2 years and I've had the hardest time putting together. Now listen, buddy, no, I've tried doing it for 10 years. Okay, like, it's just don't matter how hard you work. Some of it's luck, you know. Some of it's knowing a little more about how the app works too. Some people understand that. Like, but there's little things you can do. You didn't need to put dead for 12 years. You could have put that in your thumbnail, but when you put it in the title, I would imagine the video is probably going to do not that great on views. I may be wrong, but that's not where his title ended. So you get one title, man. You get one title. I don't understand. I'm not going to keep saying this. Dead for 12 years. This tree is extremely dangerous and still standing. You could have just been like, this tree has been I don't know. That's, people want those trigger words, and like they don't realize that some of those words that you always try to use are hurting your views. So it was a tree that was in rough shape. I think it had started to fall apart. I like being the asshole grammar police because it's the dumbest thing in the world. I'm a hillbilly. I probably don't say, I bet half of my vocabulary is trash. So, of course, I'm going to be the grammar police and say it's death-defying, not death-nufying. So he's like, this tree is, I like it. I wish it was death-nufying and not death-defying. Because death-nufying, that sounds sick. I like that, and it works better with my country twang. So, alright, well, we're going to let him slide on death-nufying, because I kind of like it. So it turns out him and Fat Snatch, Veterans Tree Service, they text each other and they have a relationship, like on the low with each other. Like, and he's always talking about it in every video because, like, you know, when you get the chance to say a YouTuber's name, you should always say it. You should always say it. So, like, if you're doing something, you need people to know August Haneke, or guilty of treason. Old Jacob guilty of treason. Yeah, I seen this move. how about no? Like, okay, but apparently at one point he's talking about how him and Tim were. I don't think there was dick pics involved. But I'm not positive. This is the problem because he didn't give enough information. But him and Tim hang out apparently at times. Uh, but it's yeah, I don't know. Like I don't want to say that. Some stuff that I write down is really really mean, and I don't want to say that. But he made me feel awkward at one point when he was like begging for people to like, comment, subscribe. What else? Hit the bell and share his video. And he had done it a couple times already in the video, and then he did it to me. Then he did it again, and then he's like, if everybody was to subscribe, and do the likes and the comments and make the shares, hit the bell, he could do giveaways. He'd give away a 200T. Now here's where I have an issue with this. You ain't giving away no damn chainsaw. That's just tell me that you're envious of guilty of treason without telling me you want to be him. That's weird. That's just weird to do. Well, just because another guy gives away some chainsaws and he's got to that's what I would do. No, I ain't giving. No, I'm not giving anybody my 200T anyway. If I'm ever giving a chainsaw away, it's probably going to be something that you could get yourself, not a 200T that they don't even make anymore. How's he going to give a 200T? This is what he said. If you guys would like, comment, subscribe, the views, all these big views, I could give away a 200T. No, you couldn't. You don't even have a 200T. You have a 201. And I don't know if anybody has checked the prices on buying a 200T, but might as well just give away a 500i like guilty of treason. I mean, let's just be real. Yeah, you ain't giving away no 200T. That was a weird thing to say. So, but yeah, go like his channel, subscribe to his channel, share his channel, hit the bell at his channel, and leave lots of comments. He needs this shit. Okay? He needs it. He's running low on clout, and I'm trying to hook him up. So JLM Tree Service. Go subscribe to his channel. And he'll make videos for you. Okay? Alright. I wanted to guilty of treason didn't do anything this week. He didn't do anything bad. He just did videos with the cuts, and he made the monies. He made the sawdust, and had all the machines that have ever been made, all on every single machine on the job. I wish he would stop telling me about every vehicle on the job site. Like, okay, it's a counting game. Like, I got 7 of these, but he didn't do nothing this week, so he just made YouTube videos. They're pretty good. Randy's back, though. I like that. So we got Isaac, which Isaac's sick. I like him. Randy's back. Randy's cool. Jake's cool, too. So the whole crew's back over there. But, yeah, they put out a couple videos this week. The Bucking thing, I planned on watching his afterwards, and then Bucking, was like, so call me names, so I had to, that threw me off. But. Last one, August Honeykeep. August put out Speedline Tree Removal. That's how you make a title. I like that. That is very simple. It's to the point. Speedline Tree Removal. That's it. That's the way you do it. He did take what I like to call a bitch lifter to the top of the tree. Other people call it a rafter. It's got a lot of different names. pussy puller, um, uh, sissy rider or something. I don't know them all, but it's the raptor thing where you go up the rope when you're not strong enough to climb. So he just all the way up to the top. That tool, I don't know. I don't know if you can come down on that thing. I don't know enough to say that he gets a ticket for that. You don't get a ticket for being a sissy. So like you can be a sissy if you want. You want to take a raptor up, and because you can't climb, that's just you can do that. You don't get a ticket for it. I thought we were gonna get away with it, and then we got up in the tree, and then the damn on the way up an infomercial began and tell me about stuff you can buy from him, and I get sick of just always trying to be sold something. But after he gets up in the tree, he's tied in. He comes down to his first few branches, and he realizes he is at the very end of his rope. So he puts a stopper knot. Now his rope, he's running dual rope. I don't know what he was using. I think zigzag maybe. He couldn't get down. His rope is 30 to 40 foot short. So you get at least a warning, because technically you could untie, pull it down, and retie in real fast. Probably gonna bleed out or beforehand, but have a way to get to the ground, not 30 foot from the ground, or 40 foot from, or not even 10 foot from get all the way to the ground. I would suggest having that and having a way to get to the ground in case of an emergency. I'm not saying you're not good at climbing. I'm not saying you're gonna cut yourself. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just think it's a good idea to have a way to get your damn feet on the ground in case of an emergency. So that happened. Then he's like, I'm gonna shut the camera off and I'll turn the camera back on if I do something cool. Then it edits the editor. It clips over, and he's like, this is cool, and he tied a bowline. I'm sorry, maybe a long time ago that was cool, but I'm sorry, Perry Trees has ruined knot tying for everybody. No one needs to make any more knot tying videos. He's made them all. I don't ever need to see anybody tie another knot. Don't do it. I don't want to see it. There's repercussions. Don't tie any more knots. I don't want to see the knots, okay? It's over. No more knot videos. So when he said, here's something cool, and he tied it, but no, it's not cool. At one point, he points out this branch that's on the roof, and he's like, that wasn't me. And the jury's still out. I mean, it could have been him. I don't really know. He speed line limbs. I mean, I've seen him do it a billion times before. I mean, the guy wrote the book on it. He made the tool to do it. All in all, it was a good video. And I'm sure there's people out there that liked it. Yeah. But I like, my favorite part of the video was Max and the mid-job updates on the one wheel. So, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I would say, I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. I just hope he doesn't start making all the knot videos over, like knot videos on in a new country. Don't do it. I don't want to see it. He ain't showing shit up. Nah. He ain't showing nothing up. He's gonna put his hair in a ponytail, duck lip at the camera, tie a couple knots, I'm just bullshitting. He's alright. Yeah, we don't need your kind over here. That's what we should be like. It's we got enough knots over here, man. Like, just stay away. Go complete hillbilly on him. But yeah, that was this week. I'm sure there's more of you guys out there that sucked, and you probably sucked more than the people I talked about even. But you know, I didn't see it, so you get away with it. He over a cup of tea. You ain't doing shit. I hope he's not one of them guys that, like, the camera doesn't do him justice and he shows up, he's like 260, 6'4", with duck lips. And I'm like, fuck. I'll kick him in the dick. And I just will. Oh my god, yeah. His name is Fat Snatch. Isaac. No. Chicken wings? Yeah, chicken wings are fire, man. Me too. That's sick. He's crazy. I'm telling you, he's got them big old fucking DSLs on him. He looks like if you threw him at the wall, he'd stick. No shit. You ever bought those sticky balls out of the bubblegum machines? He looks like if you just stuck him in the wall, I mean, the chicks, I don't know if chicks like that. I don't know. I think he should grow some hair on him and, like, get a mustache or something. That would be cool. I never seen duck lips on with a mustache, like, so I don't know. Sticky balls. Oh shit. Yeah, it had a very sus name, didn't it? That is exactly what they were called, sticky balls. Yeah, those were my. Yeah, I'm not saying that. Those were cool. Those were all right. I was gonna say sticky balls was my favorite, which then it's on the internet. Somebody's gonna clip that. It's gonna go with the daddy one. Sticky balls is my favorite, daddy. They edited it all together, all from this video. But we used to get them at this restaurant, and you could. When you walked into the restaurant, they were stuck on the ceiling in the restaurant. I don't like that. And they would randomly fall sometimes while you were eating. So it was funny. Yeah, Jeffrey, let's not do that. Let's not do that. We all agree that it would be funny. We're not doing that. Yeah, maybe. Actually, I'm going to put no remixing any of my content. That's what I should do. I should always steal everybody's content, review it, talk about it, and then make sure that none of mine can be remixed. That's the skeezy YouTuber way, so. It's like egg chop soup. Sweet. Dude, I'm hungry as hell. Guys, I mean, we did it again. Well, it's like the 7,000th time I think we've done this. It was Jay. I'm not saying it again. No, you guys trying to get me. Well, you should knock it off then, Green. Just leave it alone, brother. You don't have to do it. If it's that bad, I mean, there's nobody forcing the stuff. Like, you had to take it and put it in your pipe and light it, and then you gotta smoke it and inhale it and all that crazy stuff. And the other thing, man, is I'm banking on you're a fat slob, and all because someone isn't overweight and obese, they gotta be on drugs. You fat tard. Alright, well, that's a proper way to end. With a fat tard. So. my opinion. Yeah. Show us your badge. Alright. I have my sheriff's badge. I don't know where it went. I think I lost my sheriff's badge. It's somewhere, probably on like a sock cap or so. They issued me this one. I had to go to YouTube and get this one because the other one, I lost the other one. So, yeah. Bravery, trust, integrity, all the stuff I have. Like all the stuff that I have 100%. So, that's my hat. That's my cop hat. I got a gun. I will shoot. I often wear these aviators. And, just got this award for saving a whole bunch of lives. Oh, dang it. Doesn't really fit on my head, but, you know, I'm a winner. So, I'm getting out of here, you losers. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah. Peace out. See ya. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and have a safe work week. I'm here if you need anything. Bye.